Let's get over to meteorologist Chris Michaels in the WRAL Weather Center, tracking some changes that's coming our way.
Yeah, big changes starting out with how cold it is right now. Temperature of 26. Any little bit of wind at that point is going to make it feel even colder than that. A trend will continue to follow into the afternoon. Wall-to-wall sunshine over Apex with temperatures in the low 40s. Then as we head into the overnight hours, this is a look at the futurecast wind chill, or how it'll feel first thing tomorrow morning. For many of you, it'll feel like the teens. Roxborough could even feel like the single digits at times heading into first thing tomorrow morning. And that's the cold that sets us up for this next winter system, and anything that falls sticks because of how cold we've been. This is a look at Thursday heading toward midday Friday. You notice we still have plenty of dry time. There's midday Friday. The bulk of the moisture is still off toward the south and west. I would expect after 6 or 7 p.m. Friday for us to start out with some snow and sleet. The pink is your freezing rain. As a layer of warm air above the surface comes in from the south, we'll gradually see freezing rain move from south to north while most of us are asleep Friday night into Saturday morning. And then after mid-morning Saturday, the storm system moves out of here. So here's a look town by town. We'll go through this. The left-hand side is 1 to 2 inches of snow with less ice. Siler City, Pittsburgh, Durham, Chapel Hill, Hillsborough, Wake Forest, Roxborough, Oxford, Henderson, Warrenton, Lewisburg, South Hill, Roanoke Rapids, and Conway. Right-hand side of your screen is 0 to 1 inch of snow with potentially more ice. That's going to be all of Wake and Johnston counties, Rocky Mount, Wilson, Goldsboro, Fayetteville, Clinton, Sanford, Rayford, and Southern Pines. Keep in mind that that may still change, but the expectation oftentimes is a winter wonderland. In a case like this, your reality is a little bit more of a mess. We're helping you answer any kind of questions you may have. Go to WRAL.com, search Q&A, and you'll get those answers within seconds. Very cold up until Friday and Saturday, but yeah, after that, look at 23 Sunday morning. So guys, we could have some refreezing on the roadways as we head into Sunday morning before reaching near 50 by Monday, a heat wave.
Oh, yeah. Compared to today, yes, it's a heat wave. Thanks, Chris.
To get the 2025 session off to a start at noon today. Thanks for joining us this day. I'm Ken Smith.
And I'm Michelle McConaughey. Hopefully you're watching from the warmth of your couch, your bed, wherever you are this morning. I hope you're warm because it's not warm outside. It's very cold outside. Meteorologist Chris Michaels is here to tell us about that and also what we can expect for this weekend. All eyes on Friday into Saturday.
Yeah, so the cold is kind of the precursor, right? It's this cold that's going to allow anything to stick. It starts as snow and sleet around and after the Friday evening commute from southwest to northeast. Then a narrow swath of freezing rain that takes over Friday night into very, very early Saturday morning while most of you are asleep. But roads will become slick and covered. Widespread power outages appear to be unlikely, but you can already see out toward the west the multitude of winter storm watches and warnings from Dallas all the way to Boone and Jefferson. Here, more snow to the north and west. It's going to be closer to I-85. Mixed bag in the pink, and then freezing rain and rain in the Sandhills is mostly what you're going to see. A lot of questions whenever there's winter weather in the forecast, and we're fielding those and answering them as time allows on WRAL.com. Just go to our website, search Q&A. I'll have a first look at the snow and ice maps coming up.
As advertised, the whirly-gigs are whirling this morning in Wilson. Blue skies, clear skies, but the thing is, it's going to be a little cold this weekend, plus the chance of snow. Our team of meteorologists, they are tracking that, and they are with you all the way through the weekend, getting you prepared for this wintry mix.
We'll take a look here at Apex to begin with, and we're looking at blue sky here. Today is going to feel very much like yesterday. Really chilly, lots of sunshine, a little bit breezy. Right now it's 23 in the Triangle, and there are a few people up and down Salem Street here, mostly bundled up, lots of hats and gloves out there this morning. We don't climb above freezing until right around 11 a.m. Wind chill, also an issue. The wind is not going to be terribly strong, but it doesn't take much to make that temperature feel a lot colder than it really is. So the wind chills here in the white, 18 in Southern Pines, 15 in Fayetteville, 14 Rocky Mount, 15 in Roxborough and South Hill. So the wind chill is feeling like 15 to 20 across the area this morning. Definitely colder than yesterday. This afternoon, 42 Raleigh, 40 in Durham, and 46 in Fayetteville with lots of sunshine and a lot of cold air overnight. 22 tomorrow morning, 23 Friday, and we don't make it above freezing first thing in the morning on Saturday, and that will lead us to that potential for the wintry precipitation that we'll likely see. You know, we saw that a couple of days ago, early in the morning. Margaret Leonard Leonard, Franklin County, sent us this. A lot of folks saw a little dusting up there in Franklin County. We love to see your photos. You may have a lot of them to send us over the weekend. Process slightly different. Instead of weather watchers, go to WRAL.com and search report it. You know, we're going to love to see your photos. We're looking at a much better chance for precipitation that is wintry as we get into Friday night and Saturday. That chance just continues to go up. It's likely to start as snow, change over to sleet, then freezing rain and rain from south to north. Roads are likely to be slick on Friday night and Saturday as well because it will be very cold. Starting at lunchtime, we're dry. We might be dry through the evening commute, but into dinner time, we start to see some of the snow moving in. It'll start to change over to sleet pretty early down around Fayetteville and then eventually rain by around midnight or so. Around early hours of the morning, we start to see that changeover in the triangle, and it may never change over up near the Virginia line where some of that snowfall could be a little bit more heavy. So what is our snowfall potential? As much as 1 inch to 1.5 inches across parts of the viewing area. Meteorologist Chris Michaels here to talk about what the freezing rain calculation could end up being.
Yeah, and it looks like the freezing rain is probably not going to get to that critical level of 1/4 inch. There may be an isolated instance of that. And I say that's critical because when there's 1/4 inch of freezing rain, that adds 500 pounds of weight onto the power lines and power outages become more widespread. Now, when we calculate this, we first look at the amount of what's called liquid equivalent. If everything were to be liquid, if it was 1 inch, it would mean 10 inches of snow. It would mean 3/10 inch of ice. We're not looking at 1 inch of liquid equivalent. In fact, we're looking at 0.3 to 0.5 inches of that. So if it were all snow, it'd be 3 to 5 inches. If it were all ice, it'd be about 1/10 inch to 1/1500 inch. Multiple precipitation types are going to cut those all down. So in terms of ice potential, you saw that snow potential maybe 1 inch or more north of the triangle, but the ice potential looks like it's going to be less than 1/10 inch. That's still enough for some icy roads and things like that, but in terms of power outages for now, don't think those are going to be terribly widespread. Elizabeth?
And that's good news, of course, but here's the expectation. I mean, in my mind, I wish it was just going to be a winter wonderland of snow, but the reality with this is we're going to see a wintry mix across most of the viewing area, except maybe up near the Virginia line. 7-day forecast is chilly between now and then, only 38 for the high temperature on Thursday.